And here we go, folks. Game number 2 for Union, game number 3 on the afternoon. Leading out for the Broncos, Hannah Keel. So Keel will step in here. We're just underway a little early, 5:15. Original game time was to be 5:30, but we got out and got ahead. And the first out is recorded by Lily Hance. Third baseman, Eden Anderson. So Anderson will step in now. And she ropes one to center. And I'm trying to write and talk at the same time. Pitcher, Emerson Pegram. So Pegram steps in. A lot of these players did a lot of damage last game, but something, Sean, that I want to try to quickly build on is the fact that Union was down by 3 and came back as that's launched out. And Perez makes a nice catch there. They were down by 3, scored 2 runs, and that's something to build on. They didn't go away.
Were right there, yeah.
Yep, they didn't go away.
They didn't roll over and just quit. They fought all the way to the end. And it was an outstanding catch to end the game by the second baseman.
Yeah, Sessions came a long way to get that. Kira McGahee steps in. Their catcher, yeah, she came a long way to get that. And kudos to her as that's laced out way back to the wall. And off the wall, play going to be at second, not in time. Next up, number 17, Kylie Kuykendall. So Kuykendall's going to step in here.
We got 2 outs.
Yes.
So no damage done. Let's get out of this and get the bats going.
So Kuykendall, their first baseman. Defensively, if I could say one team was better than the other, I think our bats are better than Mustangs, but defensively the Broncos played some great defense.
Yeah, they made some outstanding plays.
And that'll be a seeing eye single. Runner's going to be waved home, and no play there, but that's smart. That's smart by Zog to get it in and hold Kuykendall to a single. Even though she gets the RBI, I don't think there was going to be a play at the plate.
No, the pinch runner or the courtesy runner that came in and ran for the pitcher, she was pretty fast.
Yeah. And Riley Hannon steps in now. The right fielder for the Broncos. Nice job there. Look at the transfer, almost got it. Boy, howdy, Dickerson tried the fancy move there.
That's a tough play.
That was a tough play, running away from the bag. And that's pick swinging, and that's down. 1 run will score. There's going to be a play at third, throw not in time. And Olivia C. comes up. Ball get by. So the runners at second and third. C, the outfielder, the rover, if you will. And that's off a glove, and a run will score. Play at the plate, not in time. 4 can hang on to the play at the plate. And quickly it's 5-0. And this is something that they've got everybody kind of use your line. Take a breath. Next up, number 14, Shelby Factor. They've got to take a breath. They've got to calm down because it's 1 out. That's all they need right here, Sean.
And that's the good thing. It's not the end. It's not the end of the game. It's just the top of the first.
Right. So C ropes that one. And that's the third out. So not before they score 5 runs. Union's coming up bottom of the first after this. Center fielder Lily Hance. So bottom of 1. Hance steps in. Big 5 spot put up by the Broncos. Defensively, the only change from the first game to this game, or the first game against Union, I should say, to this game, is the fact that Vaught now, the center fielder, Mackie Vaught, will be in left field. But defensively, it's the same. Vaught in left, Factor, C, and Hannon make up the rest of the outfield for the Mustang Broncos, and that's laced and down. And Lily Hance with a base hit.
Good start.
Yep. And that's good because of how her bat's been this today, I should say.
Right.
Shortstop Monica Franklin.
Been a little snake bit.
Yep. Monica lifts that one out right to C, and there's one away. Patience is going to be something that they really need to see here. Pitcher JC4. We saw a lot of patience in the first game. I think there was some nerves and some patience in the second game. Now it's not like they got to bear down. And just like that, the senior comes up with a base hit.
That's all we got to do.
Yep.
That's all we got to do. And she's going to run for herself probably the rest of the day.
Yep. I wonder why. Outfielder Alex McGahee. It's funny that we say that, but you got a great story about who was choosing uniforms.
Yeah. So she got to choose the uniforms, and as the lone senior, so
that's pretty special.
She likes the black. She likes the all blacks.
Well, black makes you look thinner, from what I'm told. I think Louis Anderson might disagree, but that's how it is. So it's 2-1 now to McGahee. Runners at first and second, only one away. McGahee to short, can't handle it. JC on her horse, but she'll get out.
Not a lot she could do right there.
Right, and that was so close.
Ball didn't kick away far enough from the shortstop to.
Yeah, and Keel was right there, and you're right, it didn't kick away, and she was close enough to second.
Right.
If she has to throw that, it's a lot closer, and it was just a hand toss. Now Tensia Norman steps in. And now that Hance is kind of off the snod, that we can say that all the bats are alive.
All the bats are alive, yeah.
They know they can hit this kid. What they got to do is good plate appearances and play some defense.
Yeah. Make the routine play.
That's out. Center Factor underneath it. And that's it. That's it. So Union threatens in the first, but come up empty-handed. Broncos coming up after this. Yep, and say that again because I forgot to turn us up.
Yeah, I was just saying it'd be really nice to get out of this inning, a morale booster, if you will.
Yep. Yep.
No runs scored in this inning. I'm not sure where that pitch was.
Vaught out in front, 2-0 now. There's the strike, 2-1 now. Four's back into her form. 3-1.
Wonder if that was short.
Not too sure, but regardless, it's 3-1. I just realized we've got new home plate umpire.
Mr. Steve Randall.
The one and only Steven Randall. It's him and Jerry Daly switch spots. That's going to be in the hole and just underneath Franklin. And Franklin's range has improved tremendously.
Yes. And the only issue with that, you know, she was deep in that hole. The speedy runner, she wouldn't have got her.
Yeah, but, man, big time. Shortstop, Hannah Keel. Oh, Franklin with a glove save and a beauty. That's what that was. Waved at it.
That ball was hit hard.
Oh, my goodness. That was hit hard. Franklin did a great job there.
She's used to being a catcher with all the gear on.
Yeah, that's true, and that's exactly what that was. That was wicked cool, and we've seen a couple of web gems from her.
Yeah. She had a nice double play in the first.
No pitch there. I'm not too sure what Steven Randall saw.
I'm not either.
Oh, he's looking at her feet, where her feet start, in Eden Anderson. Got it. So what you may have heard is that Andy Irwin said some of the girls were out of the box. He's going to keep them in the box. One got the lead runner there. And it was close. Yeah, that was close.
Good turn.
So pitcher and Pegram steps in. She popped out her first time up to Franklin. Over to second and in time, and great defense. You said they needed to hold them, and that's exactly what they did.
Good inning, good half inning.
Yep, good half inning for sure. As Pegram goes down, Union coming up. Leading off, left fielder Danny Perez. So Perez steps in, 5-0, but a good half inning, as you said, defensively.
Right, now it's time to go. Now it's time to go to work.
Yep, by the Red Hawks there. Swung on to third. Anderson up, throwing in time. First baseman, Jocelyn Williams. So Williams will step in here. Nobody out while we got a quick second. Congratulations again to Zach Reynolds and everybody over at the Tulsa Oilers as they're in the playoffs. They lost last night to Utah, but they are again playing Utah at the BOK Center tonight. Tickets still available, and if you've never been to a playoff hockey game, you are missing out.
That's it. It's the second season.
Yep. It is the second season for sure, and so you being from the East, you remind me your favorite team. Is it?
I unfortunately am a Philadelphia Flyers
you're a Flyers
fan.
guy. Okay, you're a Flyers guy. So you guys are playing golf starting this weekend, I think.
I think they were playing golf back in January. forgot the season was still going.
Well, and listen, I feel for you in a way because I grew up in that northern New York, so my favorite team was the Canadians growing up, and they were playing golf in September. Unfortunately, the wheels had fallen off early and couldn't get it right. And you want to talk about a team? I think about for people that don't know, as Williams picks up the walk, people that don't understand fans. Montreal Canadian fans, they're Sooner fans, but they're Canadian and they speak French. That's it. They're
That's
nuts.
About it, yeah.
They're nuts.
Yeah.
As Bailey Deckerson steps in, they are fanatic. I mean, they're as crazy as many of the soccer fans, the loyal soccer fans around the world.
Yeah,
those French Canadians are Met a few of them. When they're mad, they're mad. That's up the middle. That's a base hit. Dickerson will hold up there. Excuse me. Yeah. And that gets by. That got all the way to the wall. I look down. Williams will score, and Dickerson is safe at third. Sorry, I was looking down to write something. How did that get on the wall?
The right center fielder misplayed it. Bounced off her leg.
Wow. And that goes all the way to the wall. And Trinea James steps in now with one out, and Dickerson stands at third. That's what I get for looking away.
I mean,
well, you've said it all year. Put the ball in play.
Put the ball in play. Good things will happen.
Chip away at this lead. James swings to second. Sessions picks it up. And there's two away. But still gets our RBI out of the deal.
Right. So, now it's just a 3-run lead.
Right fielder Harmony Zug. And in case you missed the first game, Mustang won by 1 run. Say that a bunch. So in a great possible or trying comeback, I should say, by Union in the 7th. They didn't go away, as we've said before.
Right. They
building
hung in
on
there and they fought and just came up short in that first game.
It's outside now, 3-0. I think that's the first time.
2-1.
It's 2-1, excuse me.
He called a strike sometime.
Back to Pegram. And that'll retire the side. But not before you. I mean, Union scores 2, and they're chipping away slowly but surely.
Away.
We're back right there.
Start at 6 p.m. If you can't make it to the game, you can catch all the action live on the Union Sports Network at unionsportsnetwork.com.
Leading off for Mustang, number 9, Kira McGahee. As Kira McGahee steps in, she doubled in the first inning, part of that 5-run inning for the Broncos. To Franklin, over and in time. Oh, and she's going to say she was pulled off the bag, but that's a little close. She held her foot there, and the way she held her foot, they're going to have a courtesy runner come in.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't know about that one either. First time tonight, we're going to disagree with what Randall called down there. First baseman, Kylie Kuykendall. So Kuykendall steps in here. She singled back in the first, so we're going to say that was a base hit. That was a great play by Franklin. She came up just scorching the ball.
Good stretch by Williams.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I know. It was a great play all the way around. The throw definitely beat her.
Right.
There's no doubt about that, but he said she came off the bag a little. But again, a little closer than we are, so got to give Randall the benefit of the doubt. So that's back up the middle. And again, Ford tries to play it and bounces off her glove. She comes up with that clean.
That's a double play.
That isn't easily a double. Well, we say it's easily a double play.
It's an out.
It's an out for sure. Right fielder Riley Hannon. But again, defensively, they're keeping the ball in front of them. Right. They're not letting anything get by them here. And now you got to, well, you had a nice job getting it in. So a couple or 3 base hits in a row, and the bases are loaded for Mackenzie Session. So Session steps in, second baseman. She doubled her first time up. She's going to send that down. 1 run will score. But again, nice job by Zog to get over there. Outfielder Olivia C. So C steps in. And a great diving play by Franklin.
Good play. Good play.
Mm-hmm. Franklin comes up with the great diving stop, and they'll get 1 out of that deal. Now the runner's at the corners. As Shelby Factor steps in, center fielder. She struck out her first time up. She was the one that ended the threat. And she'll pop it up now. JC4 underneath it, calls for it, and there's 2 away. Left fielder, Mackie Vaught. So Vaught, her first time up back in the second inning. She had a base hit. So she's 1 for 1. And even though a couple of runs have come across here, I mean, they're chipping away, but it's not like they're blowing anybody, you know.
No, not at all.
A bunch of doubles to the gap and triples and this kind of stuff, and they're not doing it. Balls are staying in front of them.
I'm not sure.
2-1 now.
I didn't see him call the strike.
Now 3-1. 2 away, runners at the corners. What are you starting to see in JC?
She's getting a little frustrated. She's really frustrated that she didn't get those balls right back up the middle to her.
Those are plays that she's going to come away with most of the time. That's lifted. Dickerson back, calls for it, and that's the 3rd out. So Union plays some, honestly, that's some pretty solid defense. They didn't really think about it. And what could have been many more runs ends up only being 2.
Yeah.
Yep. So 7-2, Union coming up. As we're back live here. Top of the order, 1, 2, 3, 4. Center fielder, Lily Hance. So Hance steps in. Base hit to start this game off.
Yeah.
And she was really, as we talked about earlier, the last bat to come alive. But here we go. 7-2's our score. Third inning here. Outside. 3-0. So we'll go 1, 2, 3 here. And a strike will catch the outside part of the plate. Is it frustrating for... I know the strike zone's supposed to be the same all the way around, but let's be honest. Strike zones change with umpires. We know that, right? So is that tough as Hance draws the walk? Is that tough on pitchers?
It's tough for both the pitchers and the hitters.
Shortstop, Monica Franklin.
And especially in slow pitch.
Mm-hmm. And Franklin rips that one. That's going to get down into the wall. Hance on her horse. She'll get in safely to third. And we're second and third. And Franklin's bat continues to wield some great hits. And they're going to intentionally walk 4. She get upset about that?
At times.
Yeah, I bet. Outfielder Alex McGahee. So ducks on the pond, nobody out, and McGahee in a great position. Just base hit.
Base hit.
It's nothing.
That's all we need.
Nothing. That's roped out. That'll get caught, but one run will come across, so a sac fly for McGahee, and that's only one away. So an RBI sac fly for McGahee, and that'll bring in third baseman Tensia Norman.
Norman has some good pop in her bat. She could drive in both 4 and Franklin.
And that's going to get down. And a base hit for Norman. Yep. And you just got to keep that turnstile moving.
That's it. Station to station.
Station to station. That's it. That's it. Left fielder Danny Perez. So again, bases are loaded up now. Only one away. Pegram delivers inside or low, one of the two, or both.
A combination of both.
Absolutely. As I go to the Sean Ford dictionary, use absolutely there. There's a strike. 2-1 now to Perez. She grounded out back in the second. 0 for 1 in this game.
Boy, if she could poke it down the right field line, that would be ideal.
Mm-hmm. Inside. Or I'd take a walk.
Yeah. Walk gets you one.
Right. Popped up to the infield.
Exactly what you didn't want to do.
Yep. So Sessions records the second out. First baseman Jocelyn Williams. So Williams steps in here now. Still an opportunity. Talk about a kid who could pop it to right. There's a big gap between center and right field.
Yeah.
A huge gap.
Her specialty this year, though, has been taking it to left field.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, and
that's the way they're playing.
They're shading her that way for sure. Yep. To short, over to second. Good defense by the Broncos, but we do get one. That's it for sure. Broncos coming up. They're up by 4. back to the top of the order for the Broncos. Leading off for the Broncos, shortstop, Hannah Keel. So Keel will step in here. Up by 4, and as I look out on 169, Sean, I'm pretty happy that we're not headed north.
Yeah.
It's kind of a crawl out there right now as we are approaching 5:50 almost here, Central Standard Time. He's Sean Four. I'm Jim Douthit. Thanks for joining us on the Union Sports Network. We can't thank you enough, and excited to have some extra softball. But the mannerisms got to change a little bit. These girls got to find that spunk that they had in that first game.
I guess that ball may have been a little short.
As Four will walk Keel, third baseman Eden Anderson. Anderson will step in. Swung on and lifted.
That's a high fly ball.
Yep. Hands underneath it. Yep. And there's one away. I believe you said that. You said a major league fly ball, and I think she's the one that hit that major league fly ball earlier. Pitcher, Emerson Pegram. So Emerson popped out in the first, grounded out in the second. So she's 0 for 2, and that's lifted. That's going to get over the head of McGahee and to the wall and over the wall.
Ground rule double.
So a ground rule double. Everybody will stay put, second and third. And that'll bring in catcher Kira McGahee. McGahee will step up. Pinch run will come in. And that pinch runner is none other than Shelby Bolden. Courtesy runner number 12, Shelby Bolden. So Bolden will come in. McGahee, the catcher, comes up. She's 2 for 2, base hit, or excuse me, a double in the first and a base hit in the third. And one away. 2 in scoring position. We'll see what happens here. And you can tell by Four's mannerisms, she's not liking the strike zone for whatever reason. That's rocketed out way back to left field, and that's gone. To the wall and gone. And McGahee, or Hance over there to check on Perez. She hit that wall pretty hard, and I think it was more frustration than anything else. So McGahee with a 3 RBI home run, and that's going to open up the lead to 10-3 for the Broncos. Franklin's going to come over and hand the ball to JC4 and probably have some words of encouragement for her, like, hang in there now.
Yeah.
First baseman, Kylie Kuykendall. So 10-3, top of 4. First pitch strike. So a 3-run blast by McGahee clears the bases. And the Broncos increase their lead to 7. That's swung on, and that's going to be right to McGahee, and McGahee with a nice catch. Right fielder, Riley Hannon. Hannon also have a hot bat this game. She singled both in the first and the third. She'll look at a strike on the inside part of the plate. Popped up, Franklin back, calls for it, reaches it, got it. So that'll retire the side, but not before a 3-run bomb by McGahee puts the Broncos up 10-3. Leading off for Union, second baseman Bailey Dickerson. So here we go. Sean, I'm not going to say we're running out of time, but
we're running out of time.
We're running out of time. First pitch ball, second pitch swinging. Dickerson lined right out to Sessions. There's one away. Catcher, Trinea James. James steps in. Grounded out back in the third, but got an RBI out of the deal. So she's 0 for 1 with an RBI. So bottom of the order, 8, 9, and 10 due up for Coach Morgan and his squad. And another good eye, and James gets on with a walk.
That's what we need. We just need base runners.
Base runners. Right fielder, Harmony Zog. When you've said it a million times, a walk's as good as a hit.
Yeah.
And the bottom of the order, with respect to them, they're not going to hit it out of the park.
No.
Not at all. So a walk is as good as anything that they're going to do with a bat.
Yeah.
And be patient. I think that's one of the things that you've preached. You've said that as much as you've said absolutely this year.
That's the thing, though. You can't hurry the game.
Yep. To first, over, in time. But Zago advanced the runner, and that was really that was a close play.
Like I said, she's lightning fast.
Yes, super fast. Center fielder Lily Hance. Hance again is 1 for 1 this game as she base hit in the first and walked in the third. And only one away. James in scoring position. 2 away. You're right. Lined out. That's right. Dickerson lined out.
Yeah.
That's correct. I haven't written down here, and 2 away. Squeak a run across here, and that'll work. And that's going to fall. James will hold up there as Hance picks up the single. Shortstop, Monica Franklin. Franklin 1 for 2 in this game. And it's funny if you think about it. Now, this is not a position where you do it, but you don't want to walk Franklin to get to JC. And that's going to fall. 1 run will score. So, keeping the train moving. And Franklin, again, another base hit. And I got to go back and look, but she's been on base
a lot.
A lot. Yeah. Good point. Thanks. She was 4 for 4 in the first game. I think she went 2 for 4 in the second. Pitcher, JC Ford. Now we're going to see what they do here.
We'll have a little conference.
Yep, they're going to have a little conference, and it's going to be, hey, do we want to? It's interesting. Now, do you walk her?
I'm going to be a little bit.
Yeah, you can be biased. Be a dad here.
I don't want her to walk.
I don't want her to walk either.
I want her to hit a 3-run home run. But I'll take a base hit that scores 2.
Right, exactly. So are they going to take the bat out of her hand? And I imagine that's what Lacey Darity is talking about with her squad right now. Hey, we're going to pitch to this kid, but understand your role here. Yeah. And that's
and JC needs to understand if they're going to pitch to her,
what she needs to do.
Just calm down. Don't try to do too much. And they're going to pitch to her.
Yep, and they're going to pitch to her. Just what all of us, I think, want to see here. Okay, they're going to pitch to her, but are they going to pitch to her? Right? We're going to make it look like we're pitching to her.
An intentional walk.
Right. It's 2-0. Outside and deep, 3-0. And, yeah, they may be right. May not be throwing anything for her to hit. And she's going to take the next pitch. She's not even looking for it. Yeah. And she'll walk. I'm going to call it an intentional walk, but it's not.
Because there wasn't a ball near the strike zone.
Yeah. They wanted to see. And that's interesting. You know, a kid of JC's caliber is not going to swing in any nonsense and try to do anything crazy with it. Outfielder Alex McGahee.
Now, this is where Alex needs to step up and make them pay for that, you know.
Let's see if Pegram can get it across the plate now. I'd be okay with that as well. She does, and that's lifted. That's way back. Off the wall. 1 run will score. 2, 4 rounds third.
Just like that.
And just like that, McGahee with a triple. Oh, baby.
Make them pay. That's all you got to do.
And just like that, Union's within 3. Third baseman, Tensia Norman. And all done with 2 outs, my friend.
Outs, yeah.
Yep.
Got to have 2 out base hits. I mean, that's just crucial.
Yeah, and let's be honest. If you're Lacey Darity, their head coach, you tip your hat to McGahee and say, okay, kid, you beat me. You beat me. That's on the ground to third to second. Picked up and out of the inning. But not before Union puts 4 on the board. They're back within striking distance, Sean.
That's it.
We got to put a goose egg on the board coming up here in the 5th. We're back. Leading out for the Broncos, second baseman Mackenzie Session. So Session will step in. Doubled in the first, base hit in the third. But Sean, a little bit of a smile there.
Yeah.
Good inning.
Good inning. Good inning.
The rakes came alive. And the damage with 2 outs by McGahee as she tripled to clear the bases. And that's a first pitch strike. It's interesting to watch JC's mannerism as a pop fly. McGahee with the win. Nice job by her, boy. She was struggling with it. But McGahee picked it up. It's funny to watch kind of JC's change in demeanor, yeah, after an inning like that. Outfielder Olivia C. Strike. First pitch strike. That was funny. I was like, is he calling a strike or is he trying to catch the ball?
Himself, yeah.
So what's at stake? Popped up. JC on her horse. Boy, that foot didn't look damaged at all there, coming off the mound like she did.
Yeah.
Chasing that ball. She wanted all of that. But what's at stake? Union down by 3. They've got to win this game to force the next game. And all we can ask for is a winner take all.
That's it.
You know?
That's it.
At this point in the season, the overachievement of this team, the great coaching by those 3 coaches over there, and the hard work put in by these girls. They've earned this spot here. There's Franklin with a stab. Can't get it there, and that's going to be thrown into the dugout. Nobody covering, and C will get down. Franklin with incredible range to get over there, but can't complete the play. Center fielder Shelby Factor. And I'm thinking if that's on, Franklin may have gotten her, so I'm okay with that.
Very well could have.
Now, James has got to get over there, and that's something that you don't see too often.
Right.
In slow pitch is the catcher getting down the line, but it's got to be taught. You know, you watch Molina and those guys, they get on down the line on purpose. And there's 2 away. Runners fakes to go, throw in. Nice job by Norman there to protect it from going too far.
Right
Yep.
Good heads up by Norman to cut that off before it gets by her.
Right, to come off the play. The runner's not going, but that gets by her, the runner comes.
The runner's in third.
Yep.
Or runner's at third. Then.
At third. Next up for the Broncos, number 10, Lacey Gregg. So Gregg will step in now. We saw her in the last game, if I'm not sadly mistaken.
You are not.
Thank
you.
you.
Did come in and pinch hit.
Pitch hit for Mackie Vaught at this point. Vaught, the left fielder for the Broncos. So 2 away, 10-7. And that's stroked right to 4. And that's it.
Good inning.
Yep.
Good inning after scoring 4. Come back, put a goose egg up on the board. Bats are hot. Let's go.
Yep. So back with 6, 7, and 8 coming up. Union down by 3. Leading off for Union, left fielder Danny Perez. So Perez steps in here. You brought it up, great inning, or great half inning by the Red Hawks to hold the Broncos to no runs at all. And Perez will step in. And she's a bat that needs to get hot, as she's 0 for 2 so far this game.
And she has pop, and she can lace some doubles all over the field.
Out ahead of that, she pops that one foul. It's 0-2. She's kind of frustrated with herself. I think that was the pitch that she wanted for whatever reason. It didn't look like it was.
She wanted to pull it. She wanted to pull it down the line.
Got it. Well, right now, I just wanted to put it in play and make these kids make some choices. Good eye there, 1 and 2. That was a tough pitch to take, I would think.
Especially with 2 strikes.
Yes.
I wouldn't have taken it.
So 1 and 2 now to Perez. That's deep. 2 and 2. Nice eye by Danny.
Work it back even.
She goes to pull it down the line to third, over, and in time. First baseman Jocelyn Williams. So Anderson did a nice job to corral that ball. It was hit right to her.
Right, she didn't have to move.
Yeah. Still got to get it all the way across that diamond. Perez was hustling. It was a little closer.
Close, yeah,
it was close, especially as cleanly as Anderson was able to pick that up. That's sent out to left field. A couple of players come in, but Vaught will make the play, and there's 2 away. Second baseman, Bailey Dickerson. Outside.
Get a good 2-out rally here.
Yep. to third. 3 up, 3 down. Go the Red Hawks. But a little bit of softball left.
Yeah, got 6 outs to go.
As we head to the top of the 6th. Broncos still up by 3. Leading off for the Broncos, shortstop, Hannah Keel. So Ford looks over her shoulder. I'm wondering what she's talking right now. She's
getting her defense.
Yeah,
set.
She's getting it adjusted. Getting it adjusted, and it looked like that was, now she's looking back over to the dugout, but I think JC's doing that on her own. And now that's popped out. Boy, and thank goodness, because there was a bunch of players that had no idea where they were supposed to be. Yeah. Yeah. They were switching. McGahee and Franklin were switching. And thankfully, Hance was on. Hance was paying attention.
Hance was paying attention.
Yeah.
I'm not exactly sure what was going on.
Yeah.
But it worked. Maybe it confused the batter.
Eden Henderson. I know, right? Yeah, maybe. It may have.
Everybody just run around.
Everybody switch. So. That's rifled out off the glove, but right to, that's a lucky bounce. Off of Perez's glove, right to Hance. She was on her horse to get over there and get it, but so Pegram steps in now. To second. Over, not in time. They threw it away. And Dickerson thought she had to rush it, and she really didn't. It's just a toss. Kira McGahee steps in now. She has done some damage this game. Talk about somebody that you would want to definitely walk intentionally here. Courtesy runner, number 12, Shelby Bolden. Now batting, catcher, Kira McGahee. McGahee lifts that one. Hance underneath it. That's to the wall. Nice grab there by Hance. She had to make a jump for it. That'll advance the runners, but
2 outs in the inning.
But 2 outs in the inning. That's true. That was to deep center field. As soon as that left the bat, I was like, uh-oh. Uh-oh. If that's hit a little farther right field, that may have carried. First baseman, Kylie Kuykendall. Yeah, she tried. So 2 away. Swung on and lifted to center. Hance makes the play, and there's 3 away.
There we go. Let's go.
And that's it. In an inning that looked like it could have got out of control, Sean, they buckle down. They make some timely outs. And another goose egg on the board.
That's it.
So fist bumps all around. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Union coming up. back live here at the softball complex in Union. Leading off for Union, catcher Ternea James. So James steps in, down by 3, 6 outs to work with Mr. 4.
It's coming down to the wire now.
Yep. And that's roped down the right field line. Foul. She turned on that one good. Well, you need to straighten that out just a little bit, young lady. Give her that pitch again to second. And there's one away. Right fielder, Harmony Zog. Zog steps in. One and one. Pegram got the benefit of the call there. That seemed a little outside. Regardless, that's stroked and that'll fall down. Zog with a base hit.
Nice.
Yep.
Good piece of hitting. Turn the lineup over. Let's go.
And there we go. Center fielder Lily Hance. And Hance, got to say that of all the things that she did, that catch in the last inning probably was a great defensive play because nobody else was where they were supposed to be, and so she didn't move. She did exactly what she was supposed to do. Shortstop Monica Franklin. So she did what she was supposed to do, and because that could have turned into a disaster. As Franklin rips that one, that's going to go to the wall. Off the wall. 1 run will score. Franklin will stay there with a triple. And just like that,
it's a 2-run game.
It's a 2-run game.
Just one.
There was only one on, I believe. Pitcher, JC4. Yeah, the only runner that was on was Zog. So Zog scored. Franklin's bat has just come alive.
Yeah, she has been on fire today.
Yep. She's 3 for 4 in this game. I think she was 2 for 4 last game, and she was 4 for 4 in the first game. As that's down the line, nice running grab there by Hannon. And much to the chagrin of JC's dad, Sean, great hit, but good defensive play by Hannon. But they cut the lead to 2 with the Broncos coming up. So Riley Hannon will step in here. As we are in the top of the 7th. Hannon for the day, or for the, this game, singled on the 1st and the 3rd, and then popped out in the 4th. So she's 2 for 3. That's hit on the ground, gobbled up by Williams, and there's one away. Yep. No panic. second baseman Mackenzie Session. So Mackenzie Session will step in. 4 will direct some traffic, and that's hit on the ground. Nice job by Dickerson, and she dropped it. And what would be an error.
And that ball trickled into the dugout, so
the runner gets to advance. Yep. So Sessions now stands at second, which should have been 2 away. Now is a runner in scoring position. And Franklin's starting to get frustrated with Coach Pease as he comes out to direct some traffic. McGahee is coming in to listen.
Playing the true rover, I guess.
And there's no reason for JC to step on the rubber and do anything, is there? Unless he's. So he's having McGahee come in.
Yeah, to play more of a true rover position.
Got it. So Hance will back up McGahee in a way, and that's lifted to left field. Doesn't matter what happens there because Perez makes the play, and there's 2 away. Now, again, it's one of these things where you take care of this batter.
That's it.
And it doesn't matter.
Erase the error.
Now batting for the Broncos, number 19, Casey Cowling. And Casey Cowling is another one that we saw step in last game. As I look over at you, and I'm going to pick on you a little bit, Sean, I could see the anxiety beginning to build a little bit, dude, and I'm with you.
Yeah,
I'm with you. We've all, as parents, had been there where, remember the last time my son played at, his last hockey game because he wanted to go be in the band, and the last time he was on the field at Indy to finish 10th, I believe, if I'm not saying I'm mistaken, in the nation. You can't, you tip your hat, you go, okay, kid. Yeah. But it's tough. It's tough, buddy. So we're all right there with you. That's lifted. Franklin underneath, she calls for it, and that's the 3rd out. So the error doesn't cost us. Sean, we're down to 3 outs.
3 outs, 2 runs.
Let's see what Union can do. If you're leaving the television or the screen that you're watching on, don't be stupid. Union's coming up. That's right. Back live here as the Broncos finish their little huddle up in the circle. Leading off for the Redhawks, number 15, Alex McGahee. And the fans come alive a little bit as they know what's at stake. If only we had a good public address announcer, Sean. Get these fans riled up. Need to look into one. We'll have to talk to Emily Barkley about that. To short. Bobbled.
There we go.
And there we go.
There we go.
And so that's the whole thing, is that those kids are going to start playing a little tighter because they know.
They know what's at stake, too.
Yeah, they know what's at stake, too. Third baseman, Tensia Norman. When the fans get back into it, we get back into it. Tensia on the ground. Safe there. They got the lead runner in McGahee. There's 1 away. And Norman will stand at first. Left fielder, Danny Perez. So Perez steps in. Norman at first. I would have liked to have seen Norman be a little bit more patient, as I would with Perez.
Yep. This is it. Down to our final out.
Down to the last out. First baseman, Jocelyn Williams. We've had 2 out rallies before.
Right.
Patience and Williams. Not swinging at anything. And that's going to be down for a base hit. Vaught couldn't come in. She thought about rushing, and then she backed off of it. Second baseman, Bailey Dickerson. So now, the go-ahead run is at the plate in Dickerson. She tripled back in the second, lined out and grounded out in the fourth and the fifth. And patience there. The catcher and James on deck. And there's a strike, 1-1. That'll be inside. 2-1 now. Dickerson with plenty of pop to tie this game for sure. We'll see what she can do here. Swung on, and that's going to be popped down the right field line. Foul ball. And the Red Hawks are down to their last strike. It was a good piece of hitting because that's in no man's land.
Right.
So that'll fall. That'll at least get one through. But they're down to their last strike. Swung on and lifted to right, and that's it. And the Mustang Broncos are your regional champs. But let's not take away, Sean, what was a great season for Union. They shouldn't even have been here, for the most part, let's be honest, right?
Yeah.
So if you had something to say to JC, what would you say right now?
I don't know.
That's all right. I know it. That's what it's like to be a parent, folks. And that's what it's like to love the sport and love the kids that are a part of it. So, Sean, thanks so much for joining us. You have been absolutely the man.
It's been my pleasure.
Yep.
It's been my pleasure.
The great Sean Four. We're going to hang out and do the trophy presentation, Andy. He gives me the yes sign, so we're going to hang out, have the trophy presentation for the Mustang Broncos. We'll keep it right here. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, if you would please turn your attention to the field as Athletic Director Emily Barkley for Union will present the Regional Championship Trophy to Lacey Darity and the Mustang Broncos. Congratulations. So as that trophy presentation takes place, I want to tell everybody real quick, don't forget, Union Senior Night for baseball this Friday, baseball next Monday, and a host of games next week in soccer playoffs and regional baseball playoffs. Check Twitter for all the information. So for Sine, did I say that right, kiddo? Amazing seventh grader who took care of all the stats in the last 2 games. Honey, you got a bright future. Thanks for joining us, and we appreciate it very much. And Andy Irwin, thanks for joining us. Sean, you're an amazing man.
Thank you, sir.
You bet.
Appreciate it.
JC, best of luck to you. We'll see you next year, everybody. Good night.